He was the great conqueror who marched across Europe, Asia, and even into India, building one of the largest empires the world had ever seen, all before the age of 33. Alexander was born in 356 BCE, in the Kingdom of Macedonia. His father was King Philip II, a powerful warrior, and his mother Olympias was deeply spiritual. To guide young Alexander, his father chose none other than the great philosopher Aristotle as his teacher. Under him, Alexander learned philosophy, science, medicine, and strategy. Even as a teenager, Alexander showed courage. At the age of 16, he led soldiers into battle while his father was away, proving his strength and leadership. He tamed a wild horse named Persepolis, which became his companion for life. In 336 BCE, tragedy struck. King Philip II was assassinated. At just 20 years old, Alexander became king of Macedonia. Many doubted him, but he soon crushed rebellions and proved he was ready to rule. But did you know that there were a few special events in Alexander's life? Events that changed his view of the world, events that changed the course of history itself? Let's look at some of them. The Battle of Gaugamela, year 331 BCE. Alexander faced his greatest challenge, the mighty Persian king, Darius III. The battlefield was Gaugamela, in modern-day Iraq. Alexander's army was outnumbered, maybe 50,000 against more than 200,000 Persians. But Alexander was not afraid. He used clever tactics, stretching his line and creating a gap in the Persian formation. Then, with his cavalry, he charged straight through that gap, directly toward Darius. The Persian king fled, and with that single moment, the fate of an empire was sealed. Alexander had defeated Persia and taken control of the ancient world's greatest power. This battle made him not just a king, but a world conqueror. The burning of Persepolis, year 330 BCE. Alexander captured the Persian capital of Persepolis. That city was the pride of the Persian Empire, filled with palaces, treasures, and history. But one night, the city was set on fire. Some say Alexander ordered it in revenge for the Persian invasion of Greece. Others claim it was an accident after a drunken celebration. Whatever the truth, the burning of Persepolis became one of the most controversial acts of his reign, a symbol of both conquest and destruction. Battle of Hydaspes, year 326 BCE. Alexander marched into India, determined to push the boundaries of his empire even further. At the Hydaspes River, he faced a powerful new foe, King Porus, the ruler of the Paurava kingdom. This kingdom lay in the fertile lands between the Jhelum and Chenab rivers, a region that today forms part of Punjab in both Pakistan and India. Porus had a fearsome weapon, war elephants. For the first time, Alexander's army faced these giant beasts on the battlefield. The battle was brutal, but Alexander's strategy won the day. Yet, what happened next was surprising. When asked how he wanted to be treated, Porus simply replied, "Like a king." Impressed by his bravery, Alexander not only spared Porus but made him an ally. This showed another side of Alexander the Conqueror, who could also respect his enemies. The Mutiny at the Hephaestion River, year 326 BCE. After the victory over Porus, Alexander wanted to march even further east into the heart of India. But his army had reached its breaking point. They had marched thousands of miles, fought endless battles, and longed for home. At the river Hyphasis, his soldiers refused to go any further. For the first time, Alexander's will was defied. Though furious, he had no choice but to turn back. This moment taught him a hard truth. Even the greatest conqueror cannot always overcome the limits of men's endurance. The death of Hephaestion, year 324 BCE. Behind the victories, Alexander was also human. His closest companion and general was Hephaestion, a man he had known since childhood. The two were inseparable. Some even called Hephaestion Alexander's second self. In 324 BCE, tragedy struck. Hephaestion fell ill and died suddenly. Alexander was devastated. Ancient writers say he wept for days, refused food, and built a massive funeral in his honor. He even demanded Hephaestion be worshipped as a hero. This loss broke Alexander's spirit. He was never the same again. The mystery of Alexander's death, year 323 BCE. After years of campaigns, Alexander and his army marched back from India, and it was on this return that he first fell ill. In 323 BCE, while in Babylon, he suddenly collapsed during a banquet. He was only 32 years old. The true cause of his death remains a mystery. Some say it was fever or malaria. Others claim he was poisoned. Whatever the truth, the greatest conqueror of the ancient world was gone too soon. leaving behind a vast empire but no clear heir to rule. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.